Hello, 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 and a very, very, very warm welcome back. If this is not the first time you're seeing my face, hello, hello, welcome back. Thank you for joining me again. If you've never seen me before and you happen to have just stumbled across this video, hello, my name is Nick. Fab to have you here. I am a big lover of fashion. I will talk about bags, I will talk about shoes, but I'll also talk about some personal things, some social things, you know, lots of stuff, lots of ground to cover. On this channel, so if you happen to like what you see, then please do consider giving any of those videos a thumbs up, and please also do consider giving me a subscribe, so that way you are notified when I post new content. Now, today, I wanted to share with you a brand and two bags that sit within that brand that I happen to be a really, really big fan of. I've seen more discussion around this brand as well as time's gone on. I think it's slowly becoming more popular on a global scale, and I've particularly seen their bags being mentioned by YouTubers that I watch overseas. Now, the brand that I am discussing is Kurt Geiger, and the bag that I'm referring to is the XXL flat bag. So I have two of these. I have one here that you can see in this grey leather, and then I have another one here that you can see in this denim. This one is very, very padded and very stuffed. They are both large bags. I will use this one as my demonstrator. So as you can see, it is a very, very large bag. It has a 38cm base, which if you were to compare it to a luxury equivalent, is bigger than a Chanel Maxi. I think it's probably smaller than the overnight sort of flight bags that Chanel did, but you would be looking at larger than Maxi. So if that is too big for you, this will most definitely be too big for you. Now, full disclosure on mine, I bought both of mine pre-owned. I wasn't sure if this was a style that was going to work for me, and therefore I wanted to see it and try it out. And so I managed to buy both of these for the price that one would have been new. Now, having had two, I would most definitely go and buy one new from the store, and hopefully when stores open back up, I can go and pick one up for myself, and I will be picking myself one up in black leather, unless they happen to come out with some sort of limited edition or custom print that really takes my eye at the time. So, as I mentioned, it is a pretty large bag, and the way that it is sectioned off is pretty simple. So as you can see here, you've got two compartments with the divider here. This compartment in the back is a little bit more restrictive, although they are the same size, because you have the chains that, as you can see, sit here. Your access for larger items is a little bit more difficult. So this would be where I tend to put smaller items, and anything that I needed that was slightly larger. So if I was using a diary or a document holder, or even if you had an iPad or something, I would probably recommend putting that in the front. I also use a large travel wallet, which I mentioned in my SLG video. I use an Aspinall travel wallet as my actual wallet. That again just sits in the front because it's quite large. Now you can fit a lot of stuff in this, and I will share a video whilst I'm chatting of what fits in it. I'll show you how I'm packing it, and I'll pack it with random items because it gives you some perspective. I'll use like a bottle of Coke or something as like part of it, so you can get a feel for what actually fits inside. Now, it has this really, really lovely lining, and how well this is going to show up, I'm not sure. But it has just the Kurt Geiger London across the lining. It's black, very easy to maintain. I bought mine in really good condition. Like I said, I bought it pre-loved. It has the stamp at the back there. This one has the large eagle on the front with the sort of silver brushed aluminium hardware, which I really, really like. I think because this is an older model, it doesn't have the, what would you call those? It's like the little leather bits on the top. I'll show you it on the blue one. And that does mean that it slips a little bit. However, what I tend to do with this is either carry it on your shoulder, like so, wrap it around my hand, like so, or,
I don't know that one.
oh, there goes Alexa, or you just insert this in here, like that, and then it becomes a top handle. Now you can make this of course a lot shorter, I've not done that very well, but this is also a really easy way to carry it. The only thing I would say is be careful because you'll get wear on the corners if you're not careful. But I actually really like this. It's one that I would probably carry just by hand, more so than anything. I don't tend to put it on my shoulder. Really like it. The only downside I would say is it's slipping a little bit, but that's fine. Also, the leather itself, you can see here, it's got stuff in it and it's very slouchy. I don't know if that's because I bought it pre-loved. I will have a look at what the new ones are like, but from the photos, they look a little bit more rigid. I'm not 100% sure though, so... But, you know, the leather is really nice quality. It's a really nice bag, And for the price point, brand new, you're talking £250 for these. And it's a leather bag, and it's a big bag as well. I think these are great. Big fan of this one. Now, a whistle-stop tour of my blue one. It's very much the same. Sorry, it's stuffed with air paper, but it's got 2 compartments in the same. I've actually got it so that it's just got the one handle, just because that makes it easier for storing. This one has the cute little eagles on the front with the sort of faux pearl detailing. This is in tie-dye, it's denim, it's tie-dye. I think that's great, far more casual, less likely to show wear as well. Like if you were to get some wear on the corners, it would actually just tie in with the tie-dye. So obviously it's not ideal to get wear, but I actually think this would look okay. Main downside of it for me is that it's got gold hardware. But I knew that when buying it, so I'm not going to complain about that. I could see that on the photos. I still hit press, send, you know, basket, whatever. I still went through the transaction. Like I said, this is a much more casual being, and actually I think this is going to be great for summer. I'm really looking forward to using this a little bit more, and giving both of them actually a few more outings. I think they're great bags, very different functionality. Now, the leather is a little bit more stiff, and by stiff, I don't mean the leather itself, I just mean in terms of the look of it, because it is a full leather bag in a dark colour. It's quite a conservative bag, as flat bags go. However, I will probably use it as a work bag. It's too large to use as a formal bag. I wouldn't take it to dinner, for example. It is far too large for that. I have other bags that I would prefer to use if I'm going to use a bag at all. Most likely I would use a pouch of some description. But I think these are 2 very similar bags in terms of size, but their functionality is so different, and that's what I love about them. And you can also buy these in fab prints, you can buy them in rainbow, you can buy them in with sort of contrast stitching. They do a really amazing range, well worth a look. I would thoroughly recommend. So that's a quick whistle-stop tour of the Kurt Geiger XXL flaps. I hope you've enjoyed that, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Take care, speak soon.